Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my NetSec YouTube channel. This is Johnny. In this episode, I would like to show you a way how to mount Scaleway's 75 GB free storage to your VPS. So if you go to Scaleway, you choose their product, go to storage, object storage, you will see they do provide 75 GB of one zone storage plus 75 GB of free egress. More details, you can go to pricing, storage. You can have one zone 75 GB free every month. One thing I do need to mention is Paris has multi-AZ standard storage, which is gonna incur the charges if you use Paris as your region. Also, incoming data transfer, intra-regional outgoing data transfer are free. External outgoing data transfer 75 GB free. Also, if you want to do archiving to the cold storage Glacier, free. So this is most generous object storage offer I ever see. So to get more benefit from it, I would like to show you a way how to mount it to your VPS. I do have a blog post about the process. You can check it out. Previously, I also have another video about how to integrate cloud storage using Backblazer B2 storage, and also I had another video about integrate Scaleway free 75 GB storage with Nextcloud and ShareX. So check them out if you have interest on those integration, but mount it to your local VPS as a local hard drive, which give you lots of more opportunities to use it, such as you can create your website directly on object storage 75 GB free space, and then no need to worry about you lose your data. So all the blog posts and videos links will be posted in this video's description. Check it out. Now let's start it. We need to have our own VPS first, so let's create one. I'm using Google Cloud Platform to create a new computer engine instance. So you can use free tier as I'm showing here. I'm gonna use a free tier which won't cause any charges here. E2 micro, you will get a 2 virtual CPU, 1 GB memory, which is more than enough for us to do this lab. So you need to change your operating system to the one you like. I like to use Ubuntu here. You can change the data size. At most for free you can have 30 GB, but you need to change it to standard persistent disk, or you can choose the version using 20.04. so that for free tier. This is ARM64, so we're gonna using x86/64 this architecture. Other than that, you don't need to change anything. Firewalls, you don't need to allow HTTP, HTTPS. You can leave it as default. We're gonna use SSH connection from the browser. Connect it through SSH. It will prompt up a new window. So we logged in. Let's go to privileged mode. Now we can start to follow the guide to work on. First thing, we need to generate a new Scaleway account, generate a new API key from credential page. That's a pretty standard process. So I already logged into my Scaleway account, so you can go to your top right icon to show your organization. There's credentials. You're gonna need to generate a new API key. Let's name it VPS mount. This is only used for VPS mounts here, so this is only show once. So I strongly suggest you copy it into your notepad and save it somewhere, so then you can use it. And you can close this window after you saved it. The next step is you need to create a bucket. So let's go to the object storage. So since I haven't created any, so this is empty, you can create your bucket. So you need to name your bucket. I name it as a VPS mount -AMS-1 because I'm gonna create one from Amsterdam. So the reason why I'm not using Paris, when you choose Paris, you will see by default it's gonna be using multi-AZ replication, which gonna have charges here. If you put 10 gig, you put here something here, it will starting to charge you. As you can see here, multi-AZ standard storage Paris, there's a charge here. But if you are using one zone, that's free. The other region like Warsaw, Amsterdam, they won't incur these charges. So just make sure you choose those two regions, not Paris, and make sure it is public. Set your bucket visibility. After that, then you can create your bucket. So that's pretty much for your first step. Create your VPS, create your application key and the bucket. Don't use Paris again. Now next step, we're gonna configure our VPS to mount Scaleway bucket. The steps also is going to be very simple to mount this storage into your VPS. I already list all commands. What you need to do, basically just copy and put into your notepad. So there's something you need to change. Access key. Copy your access key here. Your secret key here. Make sure there's no space. After that, you just need to copy those 5 commands back into your VPS. The first command will take a little bit time since it's going to update your system. And then after that, you're gonna install S3 FS. So now it's finished very quickly. Please check the system has run all commands. It seems like it. Just make sure all been installed and the list command. Make sure the access key and the secret key has been write into this path wd-s3fs file. Now that's the most important command. We can copy it out to our notepad since there's a couple of things we need to change here. So first thing is bucket ID. Bucket ID is the bucket name. You can find it from the bucket settings. You need to change that. Then bucket region. There's two places you need to replace bucket region. So I already shows the bucket region here, so which you just need to change it based on the region you choose. So it's either NL-AMS or PL-WAW. So since we choose the Amsterdam, and we change the bucket region to NL-AMS. So that's the command we need. So you need to customize this command based on your settings and your selections. Let's go back to our VPS. Before we run that command, let's see the local file system structure. So we have dev device/root, which has 10 gig we created. If we run this command, so something gonna be changing. You see, we get 256 terabytes S3FS. 256 terabytes. Don't be that exciting. You only have 75 gigabytes. If you use the more, then you're gonna be incur lots of charges there. But as I said, here there's a more space for you to use. If you like to use more than 75 gigabytes, then you have a chance here. But if you don't want to pay 75 gigabytes for free. So there's one thing you may wondering, how fast it could be. You mount it through the cloud, through the internet. So I'm gonna test it. So that will be show you the real speed. I already shows test result in my blog post. You can follow those command, dd command, and quickly check. But just quickly, I wanna copy those command here and give you an idea how this looks like. You can use it. So basically, just creating files and write and read to it, and after it's finished, then give you estimation how many megabytes for this hard drive when you read and write it. So it's about 13.8 megabytes here. But if you choose different block size, then you will get different result. So this time we get about 30 megabytes per second, which is not bad. Over the internet, let's say, of course, if you do the local, you can crazy about the speed. This is 1.4 gigabytes per second. Wow. The last step we are going to do is make sure when we reboot our system, this storage will automatically mount it. So we already mounted the storage 256 terabyte to your local VPS, but this mount is not persistently. That means it will not survive once system rebooted. So we're gonna use a program called supervisor to create a service and automatically mount it when system booted. Here we're gonna unmount it to make sure it's gone. It's gone. Then we have command here, so you can just quickly copy paste and throw it into your VPS. First thing, you install a supervisor. Next thing, you're gonna enable it. That means when system rebooted, the supervisor can automatically run it. The next step is gonna creating a configuration file for S3FS, this program. So when the system rebooted, the supervisor automatically launch this configuration file and launch that auto mount command. And we also can directly copy this configuration file into your notepad, of course, and then mount. So you see this one, mount command, you need to change a bit based on your configuration setting and selection for a region. So, but it's simple, just copy paste, nothing special. Other than that, it's good to go. Just copy those commands and paste it into your VPS window. Since we are using VI, you type I become insert mode, then you can paste it in. After that, escape key, right and quit. You can double check by checking this file to make sure all looks same as you plan to put it in. So all looks good. The last thing we need to do is reboot. So once we reboot the machine and the machine booted up by itself, then that storage based on our configuration should be able to automatically mount it into system. And all of your other services, and you should be able to use it. But there's one thing you might need to know. Sometimes other applications need to use your mounted storage, may be booted up later than supervisor. So supervisor usually booted first and then mounted the storage, but sometimes your application may be booted first before they mounted this storage. So then they will cause an issue. If you do facing that, I do have some suggestions here. For example, here is using Nginx as an example. You may want to disable Nginx if Nginx got booted up always before you mounted the system. And your Nginx may be causing issue when they're using the storage because supervisor haven't mounted that storage yet. So you can put the command at the end of this configuration file and then telling them to start the Nginx after you mounted the storage. In this video, I won't go that far to demonstrate that part, but let me know if you have any questions about it. So talked enough, let's go back to try connection again to see if we can verify that auto mount run by the supervisor. So we logged in, go back to root privilege mode, and then let's take a look the file structure, file system. It seems it's auto mounted. Perfect. That's all for this video. Hope you learned something new. Hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumb up to support me. Also subscribe this channel if you haven't. Thank you for watching. See you in my next episode.